Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is your National Academy of Sports Medicine certified personal trainer and nutrition coach. And my name's Brian. This is the Hall of Gains. This is my Hall of Gains, my personal training studio. Now, okay, I'm a fan of football, and I saw the story today that one of the NFL player, a receiver named Hollywood Brown, that's a great name, Hollywood Brown. He put on 23 pounds in 8 weeks. Now, I thought it said 8 months, but no, it was 8 weeks. 2 months, 23 pounds. Now, it doesn't expressly say in the article that he put on 23 pounds of muscle. Excuse me. But, of course, I saw this on Facebook, and guys, sorry, but the majority of the populace doesn't know jack about nutrition and putting on muscle or putting on fat. Everybody in the comments like, oh, he's in the NFL. That means he has just god-tier genetics, and yes, he's putting all this muscle on in this such short amount of time. And I'm going to tell you guys that even if this guy had Arnold-level genetics, even if this guy was on performance-enhancing drugs, he would not put on 23 pounds of muscle in 8 weeks. He wouldn't even put on half that. Okay? So I'm going to just kind of go over this. And this is sad, guys, because I'm a personal trainer and I'm a nutrition coach. And this guy went to a personal trainer and he went on a 4,000 calorie diet for 2 months. Goddamn, the karate kids next door are pissing me off. They're loud. Anyways, so a 4,000 calorie diet for 2 months. He put on 23 pounds. Man, this diet plan was shit. This diet plan was garbage. Like, this is sad that an NFL player, a good one, is going to a nutritionist like this? This is his diet? 3 protein shakes a day? Nobody really likes protein shakes. And just the meals were not good. I could have got this guy on a more efficient diet that was tastier and more fun. But no, I'm just this little guy. I need to get contacts in the NFL. No, that diet was garbage, just from the looks of it. And also, it was too much. Why was this guy putting on such a huge calorie surplus? So, before I keep going, okay, I need to tell you guys how much muscle will be gained naturally. Now, this is a scale because when you start out, you have newbie gains. The newer you are to lifting, the higher muscle you will gain per year. So the average range is 6 to 12 pounds of muscle per year, naturally, in the first year. That drops to 4 to 8 in the second, 3 to 6 in the third, and about 1 to 3 pounds of muscle in the fourth. So once you've been 4 years of training, you're only going to be putting on 1 to 3 pounds of muscle naturally per year. And this guy's in the NFL, so he's gone through college, high school, so he shouldn't be a noob when it comes to training. He should be, probably towards the end where he should only be putting on 1 to 3 pounds of muscle per year, not even per month. So that is the range. Now, it's a range of genetics. So the 6 to 12 pounds of muscle per year in your first year, if you don't have great genetics, you'll probably gain 6 pounds. If you have average, you'll probably gain 9. If you have good, you'll probably gain 12. Okay? So you have that range. So that's per year. This guy gained 23 pounds in 8 weeks. Guys, even if he's on steroids, like I said, he's not getting there. This is not just muscle. Guys, this is probably a little bit of muscle, mainly fat, and probably some water retention. And maybe if he had drank some stuff or ate some food before he weighed himself at 180, because he went from 157 to 180, it's probably that. So it's probably mainly fat, some muscle. So this is just misinformation spread by the NFL. You see all these stories of athletes gaining, this guy gained 8 pounds of muscle in 2 weeks. This guy gained 30 pounds of muscle in 12 weeks. No, and most of the time it's usually just gaining fat. Now, there is a few instances I'm going to say where you can put on a shit ton of muscle incredibly fast. And that's only basically if you've had the muscle before. Let's say if Arnold Schwarzenegger, back in his prime, had all that muscle. Let's say he had a severe leg injury where he couldn't even walk. He was bedridden for a year. He would lose a lot of muscle. But even if he was natural, he would put it back on way faster than he would put on excess muscle after that. So that's one way to gain muscle rapidly, is if you lose it, putting it back on is going to be easier than when you actually got it when it was excess muscle. So, okay, let's go over this. 23 pounds of weight in 8 weeks. So let's give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's give him a few benefit of the doubts to show how silly this is. This is mostly unhealthy weight he put on. So, benefit of the doubt. Let's say he is a newbie and he has good genetics. So that's 12 pounds of muscle a year. That's 1 pound of muscle per month. Now let's not say he's on steroids. Let's say his genetics are so good that it's as if he were on steroids or any performance enhancing drugs. So let's double that. Let's say he gets 2 pounds of muscle per month. Or, yeah, per month. So that'd be 24 pounds of muscle per year, 2 pounds per month. Well, 2 months happen. That's 4 pounds of muscle. Okay? Out of 23. Even if we double that again, that'd still be barely a third of his total weight gain. So this is not lean mass gains. There's a little bit there, of course, but no, this is probably mainly fat. And that's because he's in a 4,000 calorie diet. This guy was small, 157 pounds. Guys, I'm 235 pounds, probably 233 now, I've lost a little bit, but 233 pounds. I'm incredibly active. I would say I'm probably just as, if not more active than this receiver, because I do cardio every day, I train every single day, I do a lot of walking, and as a personal trainer, I'm always up walking around. I don't get a lot of time to rest, so my maintenance is like 4,000 or 4,000 plus calories, okay? He's a small guy, 157 pounds. I would say this is probably a 1,000 calorie surplus for him. That's 2 pounds of fat per week, and it adds up, okay? Let's do the math. 2 pounds of fat per week. That's 16 pounds of fat, plus the muscle, that's 20. That's 3 remaining pounds. That's perfect for water retention. So fat gain was the vast majority of this weight gain here. That shows how shitty this diet plan was. If it were me, what I would do is I wouldn't give him a 1,000 calorie surplus. I would give him a 300 to 500 calorie surplus. Probably more towards 500 because you do want to be a bit bigger in the NFL. This means he would have lost, let's say if he gained 16 pounds of fat, which is probably the likelihood, that means he would have only gained 8. So that means he would have only gained 15 pounds. And that means that he would have actually been still 172 pounds. So still 14 or 15 pounds bigger than what he was before. So he'd still be bigger, it'd be more athletic, he would carry the weight better, and it wouldn't be too much excess fat, and it's just healthier on the body to not lose. You know, the lower fat you gain for a certain amount of time, the healthier it is. So he'd be even healthier for his body. So yeah, I could have easily designed a better diet program that is much easier and more fun to follow. I could have put my protein ice cream recipe in there, and if this was his meal plan, it was really bland. It's the same thing every day. It's not good. This was trash. It sucks that an NFL player has to go through that. So Hollywood Brown, hit me up if you want an actual good diet plan for the next season, because I know the season's about to start. But no, what you need to do is not put on too much fat like Hollywood Brown did. Now, he's not fat. Let's be real here. He's 180 pounds. He's still athletic. He's still going to be really good. But it'd probably be even better if he did the diet of only a 500 calorie surplus rather than a 1,000 calorie surplus, because he put on the same amount of muscle, but less fat. He'd be more athletic, he'd be probably a bit faster and a bit quicker, okay? So yeah, this whole thing that all these sports organizations just spread out, that these people put on muscle so quick, no, this is mainly fat. Now, he's not going to look fat because he was really lean before, so this amount of weight isn't going to look too bad on him. And in fact, he does look pretty good. I've seen the picture. But yeah, guys, no, don't fall for this bullshit. Like, I go through the Facebook comments I saw in this article because this is where I saw it from. Nobody has any idea what they're talking about in it. They're like, he just works really hard and he just has really good genetics. I saw this guy comment. He said that eating a shit ton of food and working out hard is equal to taking steroids. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's just not. Okay? God damn, people have no idea what they're talking about. Anyways, This just goes into the notion that keeps being spread. This is a myth, a falsehood that is spread so much. How many times I've heard this? How many people come to the gym and tell me this, and they're like this. Okay, so if I want to put on muscle, I just eat a shit ton of food and lift a shit ton of weights, right? That's all you got to do? No. You should never go above a 500 calorie surplus if you're trying to gain muscle. You don't need more than that. If you go above 500, you're only just going to be putting on more fat, not more muscle. So yes, you do need to eat a bit more to put on optimal muscle gains, but it's not a shit ton. 500 calorie surplus is not a lot. And then they're like, okay, well, it's a bunch of protein too, right? And well, no, not really. It's a half to 0.7 grams of protein that you need if you're in a maintenance or surplus. You do need more if you're on a deficit, but if, you know, this guy, Hollywood Brown, he put on weight, so he was obviously in a surplus, didn't need as much protein as this guy gave him. This nutrition coach or personal trainer made him drink 3 protein shakes a day. That's unbearable. These protein shakes were probably, at the very least, 30 grams of protein per shake, because I'm assuming, you know, most are 24 grams per scoop. It was two tablespoons of peanut butter per. That's about 6 to 7 grams of protein extra, so that's 30 grams a scoop or a shake, and it, you know, could have been more. That's 90 grams of protein right there. He's 180 right now. That's half his pound. That's half, so that he's already at the lower end. And then he had a bunch of snacks, and then he had 2 high-protein meals. So he probably was at the very least 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, which is, you know, you don't need that much. So you could have a much more fun diet if you're, you know, with less protein and some more carbs and fat if you're in a surplus. So yeah, this, man, I'm sorry, Hollywood Brown, you had to go through that diet. No hate whatsoever to the nutritionist, but that's just boring. And it's not really scientifically backed to have that much protein and to be in that big of a caloric surplus. But that's pretty much it for the video, guys. Don't believe, you know, if you see somebody gain a shit ton of weight fast, don't believe it's muscle. Muscle growth is incredibly slow. Incredibly slow. Like I said, if you are a newbie and you have good genetics, you will gain 1 pound per month in your first year of muscle if you're training properly. Okay? That's not a lot. Remember, that's per month. And these people are saying that they're gaining several pounds, like 10 pounds of muscle in a month. No. They're not doing that, guys. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the falsehoods. That's it for the video, guys. Let me know your thoughts down below. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.